Hello, okay, today I'm gonna teach you about the sine law. But first, this is this is a warning. This is a I'll tell you this is not the most comprehensive study guide. Don't listen. This is only made to make it much more for you to for you to remember just the formulas. I'm gonna write that down. So this will be our formula, but I'm gonna give you some tips on how to actually find which one is the side or which one is the angle. Here's a little tips and tricks to find how to find the angle and side. For angle, you use sine inverse, and for side, we use the division. Okay, I'm gonna write the question now, and I'm gonna answer it, and at the end of the video, I will give you two questions, and you better answer them. Okay, so we have to find angle B, which this is angle B here. And I'll tell you from this here, this is angle B, this is angle A. Since angle A is completed, that will be what we're gonna be using. And also you have to solve it. But first, what formula? You can use one of the formulas that I showed you before. Both of them will give the same answer no matter what, so yeah. And get a good chunk, and please remember this because I'm gonna erase this and this I can solve. Okay, so it's time to solve. For me, I'm gonna use a over sine a equals b over sine b equals c over sine c. This is what I'll be using, but you can use any of the both because it'll give the same solution. Okay, it will give the same solution at any time. Okay, let's solve it. Remember, but I'm gonna give you another remember. This is not a very comprehensive. Okay. Since we're gonna use the formula I showed you that I erased, so it's 15 over 20 sine 20 and 17 over sine b, since and then wait, let me just remove the equals. Okay, we gotta cross multiply them, so 15 with sine b. Since there's nothing, we could just put 15 down here, and then for sine 20 and 17 is 17 sine 20. It becomes this formula now, but we have to find the angle of B. I just erase this so I could put more answers in, because dear lord. Since we're trying to find for the angle of B, and we already got this, get your very trusted calculator. Here. Okay, it's open. Okay, let's type in the digits. 17 sine 20 over 15. You see, it'll give us this answer, but if it gives you that answer, you have to use the inverse line sine. So the formula, so basically this one becomes this sine inverse 17 sine inverse 17 sine 20 over 15. Now get your calculator, because remember, to get the angle we use this. Okay? So get your calculator, punch in what I wrote here. Shift sine this 17 sine 20 over 15 gives us the number 22.80. But for it depends on the question. If it asks, what's the nearest tens, hundreds, thousands, I'll explain that first before I actually put it. Okay. I'm gonna explain how this one's the tens, thousands, hundreds. Okay. But then, okay, this is a number. You see the dot here, and there's more numbers on behind it, right? Okay. The first one here is tens. The second one here is this is tens. This is hundreds. This is thousands. 10,000s. 100,000. Tens. Hundreds. Thousands. Here. 10,000s. 100,000s. This one here is tens. This one here is hundreds. This is thousands. But for the nearest degree, you wait. For the nearest degree, you round it off you round off. So pretend this is 10.98, and and it asked to round it off the nearest degree. It would be 11 from this to here. If I can remember, my friend said that to round it off, it must be 5 to 9. You round it off to. Okay, it doesn't depend, so it could be like 10.8. 10.8 will still be 11. Okay, now we're gonna go back. Okay, so we got back here after me explaining what is it. So there's the bottom, so I can fill in the answer. Okay, since we already answered this and you already know the answer is let's retype it again so we don't get confused. Fifth sine 17 sine 20 over 15. Our answer is 22.80. Try 552. Second here, 22.806. But yeah, but To make it safe, just round it off to the nearest degree. So 22.806 becomes 23. That means B is equal to 23 degrees. See, B is now 23 degrees. And now this is now 23 degrees. Okay. I'm gonna remove this. I'm gonna make the triangle. Wait. Okay, this is our final triangle. But if you want to get angle C, you just do this. 180. Wait, it's wrong. 180 minus 20 minus 23, and that'll get our angle C. Remember, if there's like two angles, if there's two angles, you could minus it by 180 to get your final angle. Like, for mine, it's angle C. So let's write it down. 180 minus 20 minus 23. It's 137. It's 137 degrees. So it's now 137 degrees. So that's how we got our final length, our triangle, but we forgot C. I'll tell you that in the next video. Okay, I'm not putting I'll continue the video with it because this is not very comprehensive and it's just made for a friend. Okay, here's the new question, and the one that we're trying to find is B. Okay, I'm gonna erase this. Okay, since we're trying to find B, and this is not totally bad. Okay, since we're trying to find B, and it's a side, we're just gonna use division for our solving. And this is not biased, but the formula I'm gonna use is sine A over A equals sine B over B sine C over C. Okay, since we're gonna use that, since the degrees here, it's gonna be signed. Okay, so this becomes sine 56 over 37, and then sine, wait, okay, for the given, I don't know if I'm right because I can't review this footage. Okay, so remember, people also do make mistakes, but let's just use this as our continuation. So it's sin 56 over 27 equals sine 37 over B. And now we gotta cross multiply. Yay! For most of the sine law, you have to cross multiply, so yeah, that explains a lot. So it's 27 sine 37 over sine 56. Because if we're gonna find B, let's just transpose it here, so it could become B equals that, and it could be also the same as the previous question. Okay, because we gotta isolate the unknown. aka the one that don't have number. Okay, let me just erase this so you can get space. Okay, the only thing we have to do here is just divide so we can just get the answer directly. But if you want to stay safe, let's read the question. But I'm read the question, okay? Because if it says tens, your answer must be in tens, hundreds, or thousands. For me, I'm gonna stay safe. I'm gonna use the hundreds, so I don't. Okay. Okay. Now copy this here into your calculator because it's impossible without a calculator. 27 sine 37 over sin 56. Okay, our answer is 19.599. 19.5998 is our answer, but we could, yeah, hypothetical, we could just do 19.5. No, it could, no, it's 19.5. It's 19.56 because this could be add up and this could be add up because this could be rounded off to 10. Then it could be now this could be rounded off to 10. This will be 10. And then it's a plus 1, so our answer is 19.6 as B. So our answer is 19.6. Hooray! And this is it. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. And thank you and goodbye.